Hi, brother. What's your name, man?
John.
John. Ken.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah. How you doing today?
It's one of those days where you laugh and cry. Manic.
How'd you get started?
I was curious. I wish I had the video of heroin being offered me in Detroit, where you grow up learning heroin is the devil, the worst thing ever. And you do it anyways because you want to see what it's like to be that close to death. There's a quote that's, there's a thin line between adventure and suicide. Thinner line, the better the adventure. I'll tell you what, it was just like that. And you're chasing that first high every day. That was fucking 9 years ago. I'm 30 now. I was probably 21 or 22 when I tried it.
Damn.
Laid off dope, had other things, marijuana and stuff like that. And then, I'm bipolar. Mental illness plays a big part, I think, in addiction. And
Do you get assistance with that?
I do right now. I don't. My assistant's self-medicating with heroin, and that hasn't done me much good. Being able to wake up in the morning and conquer the day. Well, right now when I wake up every morning after a couple hours of sleep, if I get that, I wake up and I think about where that first drug's coming from. I get so old so quick, and I just want to live life again because I'm living life around a drug. And
Does anything feel different this time around? Going into it.
I'm in it to win it this time. I'm sick of letting myself down. And,
Who else are you sick of letting down?
everyone, man. I grew up without a dad. Very distant dad. And he was a letdown my whole life. I feel like splitting images. It's tough, dude. Facebook is a blessing and it's the worst because I get to see my daughter growing up from afar. When literally 7 months ago, she wasn't almost 2 yet, and she just learned how to walk. I can't do that. I promised myself and my fiance and Ella when she was born that I would be. There's a lot of people who are out there for me, they support me, and they miss me. And
they want you back.
They want me back, dude. I'm here. I know what I have to do. It's just a matter of swallowing pride and actually getting it done. And I didn't talk to my mom and family for like a month, and I finally contacted my mom. She would have missed the person's report on me. All she had to really do is she knows where she could find me, but she doesn't want to face that. It's like the first time she knew I was doing heroin. I don't know how she thought I was doing it before, but she didn't want to admit that I was using needles. And she asked to see my arm, and she broke down. And it's the truth that they know is the reality, yet they don't want to admit it because they always expect the worst. The last thing my mom said to me before I went to jail when I had talked to her in February was, I haven't talked to you. I hope you're not on the streets, but if you are, I need your last wishes. And, being 30 years old, 29 at the time, and your mom asking you for your burial request, dude, that's quite the thing to hear when you're born in the 80s, I didn't grow up around addiction or anything. It was always afar, back in the 80s and 90s, addiction wasn't looked at as addiction. If you're an addict, you're a fucking loser. And, you know, I just want to help change the notion of that, because whether you grew up poor or you grew up wealthy or you grew up with a single mom, full family, it strikes anyone. And I had the gene, you know, given to me at birth that can either destruct lives or you can change others. And I know that I'm able to help other people.
Maybe you can come out and help us when you get back.
I have to, man. It's the only way I'm gonna stay clean, you know?
Yeah, man.
I'm sick of it, dude. It's just old. It's a beautiful day and I'm down here getting sunburned trying to get done. I hate this. I hate the drug. I'm here to make it as difficult as possible when, of course, I get well to get, because I see it ruining lives and ruining families, and I just am not okay with it. I'm an example. And
so we got room for you with my group when you get back, man.
I'm here, dude.
For real.
I'm there.
You got a heart of gold, man, and that's
I'm there, dude. I just
the world needs people like you.
one day at a time, you know?
Yeah.
And right now, I can barely think 10 minutes ahead. And that's what's crazy about the mind, is you can change and develop it into something new over time. I just gotta do it.